Hello Beech class and welcome to the last week of this half term. So here is your learning for the last week of spring 1, week beginning the 8th of February. We have loved seeing all of the things that you've been sending in to us at the email address. So if you've done some nice things this week, you've got some photographs to take, please send them in to us all at house@house. So this week for maths, we are doing the last 5 sections of our book. We've done that entire addition and subtraction booklet. So on Monday, we'd like you to have a look at adding 2 3-digit numbers, crossing 10 or 100. Carrying on from last week, but this time they are going to go over into the tens or the hundreds. On Tuesday, we're going to look at subtracting again, so 3-digit numbers with no exchange. On Wednesday, we're going to look at subtracting with exchanges. So this is all following on from last week's work, so you should be able to have a really good go at that. And then on Thursday and Friday, we're moving on to some new learning. So we've got estimating our answers. So estimating means having a good, sensible guess at what the answer might be. And in order to do that, you're going to need to round numbers to the nearest 10 or 100. I'm going to come on to that bit in a moment. And then on Friday, we're going to look at how we check our answers. So we're going to be using the inverse, the opposite, to check answers, and you're going to be being the teacher and marking some of the work. Remember, it's really good if you can go on and use the videos at the same time, because then the teacher will take you through the learning on the video at the White Rose Maths. You might want to pause the video here so you can write these things down, or they are on the overview sheet, which might be easier on the same website page. Remember, you're just trying your best, and if you're not sure, miss it out and we'll come back to it later with an adult, or we'll look at it on Friday. So there's more number line work. So just a quick recap on how to use a number line and how to subtract on a number line. And then we've got the prompts for our subtraction column method. So remember, if I've got 3 sweets, I can't give you 8. If I've got 3 things, you can't take 8 away. So that's when we have to exchange from the tens to make that 13. And addition, remember, if that goes over, 8 out of 3 makes 11. That first one is a 10, so it must be in the tens column. Really important that you line all your numbers up in the right column. But you've been having a good go at this last week, so I'm pretty sure you'll be really good at carrying on with that this week. Okay, this is the new learning then, the rounding to the nearest 10. In order to estimate, you need to round numbers up or down. So when we're rounding to the nearest 10, we look at the ones digit. If the ones digit is below 5, 1, 2, 3, or 4, then we round down. So 82, 2 on the number line, 82 will be nearer 80, so we round down. If the number is 5 or above, then we round up. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So as you can see, 36 is closer to 40 than it is to 30. So it would round up to 40. It's exactly the same for when we're rounding to the nearest 100, but this time we're looking at the tens column. If the tens digit is below 5, 1, 2, 3, or 4, then we round down because it will be closer to the hundreds below it. If the tens number is 5 or above, then we round up. So 215, if you put that on the number line between 200 and 300, it will be nearer to 200, so it rounds down to 200. If we put 156 on a number line from 100 to 200, 156 will be just past the halfway mark, won't it? But it will be nearer to 200 than it will be to 100. I always like to think of it like it's a street and it starts raining. And you've got two houses at the end of the street, 100 and 200. If it started to rain, which house would you run to? Which one would you get protection from the quickest? Would it be quicker to run to house number 200 or to run back to house number 100? Remember, if you need practical resources, we can be very creative and find lots of things that we've got at home around the house. And if you'd like to do some more, you can play on Timetable Rockstars. You could have a go on Hit the Button, practicing number bonds, practicing your times tables, divisions, doubling and halving. Or you can go onto the Oak Academy website. English. For English, we'd like you to carry on with the workouts, doing one workout each day. Again, you can either pause the video here or you can look back at the overview on the remote learning page. Because this is the last week, I thought we'd do something a little bit different on the Friday. So we're going to do the workouts Monday to Thursday. And then on Friday, I've said choose one of the following creative writing challenges. So these are the writing challenges. You can do both, you can do one. It's entirely up to you. You've got half term as well. If you get a bit bored during half term, you could perhaps do the other one. But for now, I'd just like you to choose one that excites you. So the first one is a 10-minute speed story. It says, write a story using the image below and this opening. I couldn't believe my eyes. Even though I'd always been told that dinosaurs were extinct, there was no way of escaping from the fact that a baby T-Rex was standing in my sandpit. What happens next? You carry on the story. Is it a friendly T-Rex? Does anyone else see it? Is it only you that can see it? Can you explain different emotions that you're feeling? What do you do with the dinosaur? Do you have an adventure with this dinosaur friend? You write me a story about that. Or imagine a school with robots for teachers. Describe a day at school when having a robot for a teacher goes wrong. This remote learning is a little bit like having a robot for a teacher some days. Feels like that to Mrs. Walters and Mrs. Davis and Mrs. Cotton. Can you write a story, a description of a day at school where a robot is your teacher and something goes wrong? What could go wrong? Is it funny? Is there any danger? What emotions do you feel? What happens next? Do the robot and the pupils get in some trouble, or does something exciting happen? Use your imagination. Let your imagination go wild, and I really, really look forward to hearing your stories. And you can send them in to us if you want to over half term, and we'll have a look at them if you haven't quite finished them on the Friday when we do our Zoom. Remember, it doesn't need to be a really long piece of writing. Okay, it's quality rather than quantity. Remembering all of the things that you've been learning in the workouts, trying to use all of those things now. We're trying to apply all the things from the workouts. Can you use an expanded noun phrase? Can you use adjectives and adverbs? Can you use fronted adverbials? Can you use an exclamation mark and a question mark? Keep going back to the book with the workouts in and see if you can get lots of those different things in there. The list is still on here of all the things, so if you're stuck, you can pause the video. If you're not sure what some of the things are in the workouts, pause the video on these pages and you can come back and have a look. Remember, there is words at the back of the workbook as well that might help you. And if you'd like to do some more, remember you've got your spellings to do. It would be really good if you could learn them all week and then get somebody to test you on Friday. And if you still want more to do, you can go on the Oak Academy and do anything from the English Year 3 section that excites you and interests you. Final week of looking at mountains. So this is your final week to do something off this sheet for mountains. After half term, we'll move on to looking at rivers. So if there's something on here that you haven't done, this is the time to do it. Remember to show us on Friday. And there are always the mountains and volcanoes and earthquake geography unit on the Oak Academy. Okay, final thing this week then is the Beat the Teacher challenge. We're back to a physical challenge this week. Now it says, how many times can you knock the toilet rolls over in 1 minute? You will need 3 toilet rolls and a pair of socks made into a ball. You need to stand about 2 meters, 1.5 meters, 2 meters away from your toilet roll, and you need to throw the toilet roll, the socks, and see how many times you can knock over the toilet rolls in 1 minute. Mrs. Walters managed to knock the toilet rolls over 7 times. So you make your toilet rolls into your little pyramid, you throw it. When you knock them over, you've got to put them back up. You've got to make the pyramid again with the 3 toilet rolls, run back, throw it again, collect it, make your pyramid, run back, throw it again. Mrs. Walters was very out of breath by the end, and I ended up with 7 times. If you'd like some inspiration, there is a video down at the bottom here. If you click on this link, you can't see it very well, but there is a link to a YouTube video where there is a teacher having a go at it. Okay, and I look forward to hearing on Friday how many times you managed to knock the toilet rolls over in 1 minute. Anything else you can do to keep yourself active? Any other creative things, any nice things you do over the week, we would love to see them. Have a really super week, and we will see you on Friday. Bye.